Oh, hey, Spencer. Not much. What's up with you? Oh, yeah? What time is it there? Oh, wow. Hey, are my audio levels okay? Can you hear me just fine over the music? I'll probably be talking a little bit quieter. Oh, Tuesday. Yeah, wow. You're in the future, man. Hey, do we dress like in the movie Back to the Future yet? Back to the Future 2. Yeah, I don't have the PS3 version. I want it, but just don't have infinite money, and this will just have to do, I guess. Oh man, I don't even have enough money for that right now. I mean, enough money for PlayStation Plus. So how is DMC anyway? It didn't look as good as this game. Yeah, this is a little more exciting than I really expected it to be. I wanted it to be a little more chill. Ah, I don't like the new Dante. He just does not appeal to me at all. Oh, I guess this is it. Is anybody else in there? It says one viewer. That might not update though. I guess it's time to start. I guess more people will come in later. Maybe I'll give them a few more minutes. Oh, 2 viewers now. There we go. Hello. Ah. Have a good day at work, man. I'm glad you could show up for a little while anyway. Oh no. Oh, not gore. Is that gonna take away from your chill vibe? Hello. I think someone new joined. Well, if my 2 viewers are who I think they are, then I think both of you know exactly how this game works, so I won't even have to explain anything. It'll just be me playing a game. There's the other viewer, Jamie. Well, Spencer might still be in here. I don't know. Let's change the language. We'll make it French. Oh, there's no French. Okay. Never mind then. Alright, might as well just get the show on the road, I guess. Okay, well. Oh no. Oh no, my secret is out. I'm ruined. I will never. I'll have to go into hiding now. Alright, well, guess I'll just get the show on the road. Maybe more people will join. But yeah, for anybody who watches this recording later, this is Devil May Cry 3. It was it was a game by Capcom, developed by Hideki Kamiya, directed by Hideki Kamiya, who made Okami and later Bayonetta. And he is at Platinum Games now, not Capcom anymore. And it's not generally a very chill game, but I'm gonna be playing it on easy. I'm gonna be playing some chill step, and we're just gonna keep it relaxed. Gonna do this kind of informative, but still, you know, relaxed. I prefer playing as Dante. And we're gonna go with gold, but yellow is like a general live system. In order to use continues, yeah, Virgil cannot be relaxed. Virgil is not relaxed enough for us. He actually doesn't look relaxed enough. He looks like he's too into it. I don't like that. But yeah, yellow is actually a live system. You have to pay, you know, your red souls to buy, or your red orbs to buy yellow orbs, which you use to in order to continue if you die. We're gonna go with gold, where you have unlimited continues, and you can get gold orbs, which will revive you right then and there when you die. So it's actually just easier. Automatic makes it so that you don't really have to worry about your combos. You don't have to worry about making really stylish combos, because it'll do that automatically. You may notice there's a lot. If you've played this game before, you may not have seen all of this stuff. This is because I put in a code a while back that makes it so that when I start a new game, I get all of this stuff, unlock all the difficulties. I think it's no, it wouldn't be the Konami code. It's Capcom, but you get different costumes for Dante, including the Devil May Cry 1 costume. But and the Sparta costume. But I'm gonna be just playing normal. If you can slash at the now loading sign with the attack button, or with the melee weapon button. Can't do that on the HD version. There's a couple of reasons I'm not using the game's sound. The first one is that it's just for a relaxed atmosphere. Okay, good night, Jamie. Get some sleep. Love you too. Yeah, there are two reasons I'm not using the game's sound. The first is because it doesn't really create a relaxed atmosphere with its rock soundtrack. The second is because because I really want to be talking during the cutscenes. If anybody joins in and wants to have a conversation, then I can just talk during it and not worry about it. Just because all I got in the background is some chill music. Maybe I should post to Facebook that I'm streaming right now. Maybe people forgot. I don't know. I'm sure the internet is on full alert because of my playing video games. I gotta say, this game has the best intro cutscene of any game I've ever played. That I can think of, anyway. Aside from Dontrell the Dolphin, yeah, you can't really beat that one. That's just high art right there. This trick, oh my goodness, with the pool balls. It's the most brilliant thing. Alright, style is very important to Devil May Cry 3 and 4, I guess. There are 4 major styles. You'll get 2 more later, but there are 4 major styles to Devil May Cry 3. Trickster, Swordmaster, Gunslinger, and Royal Guard. Trickster is more focused around dodging and evasive movements. They also do some neat little tricks. You can teleport above enemies, and you can run on walls. Swordmaster is pretty much what it sounds like. You use melee weapons. It makes your style button use melee weapons. A style button circle, and it's pretty flashy, and it's really good at doing a lot of damage really fast. Gunslinger is all style pretty much. Like, you use guns, and there actually is, once you get to level 3, which is max, the highest damage attack in the game is in Gunslinger, but it's generally more about style, doing things that hit a lot of enemies at once, or knock lighter enemies back. And Royal Guard is blocking, which doesn't sound like a great thing, but it actually is great for damage output. You build up hate as you block. The game doesn't explain this in any way, by the way. You build up hate, a hate meter while you block, and that builds up the power of what they call a royal release, where it just does a lot of damage to enemies around. And if you time your blocks and your release perfectly for when you're about to get hit by an attack, you build up hate a lot more, and you do a whole lot more damage, respectively. but I'm gonna go with Gunslinger. I'm most comfortable with it, and I like it the best. And if I had any red orbs, I would get Stinger, but I'm gonna wait on that. And if there's a cutscene here, which I don't think there is. No, the cutscene was before. There was a 1. Oops. There was a 1 at the beginning of the cutscene. Red orbs, those are, it kind of explains it in a weird way, but these are like the currency in the game. And green orbs are health. Pretty straightforward there. I actually did kind of a trick there. This game, you really don't want to get hit. It doesn't matter so much in easy mode, but you really don't want to get hit. These guys are tricky. I want to show off their attack. He won't do it. He jumps back before he attacks. He's not doing it. Come on, do it. He won't do it. But they jump back before they attack, and they make kind of a sound. But since they jump back, they jump off the screen a lot of the time, so it gets really confusing. The general concept here, there I did it, is that you want to keep your style meter up. For various reasons. One of which is, I think the orbs, I could be wrong about this, but I think the orbs you get are bigger and more, they give you more health or currency, depending on your style meter. But also there's a ranking at the end that you'll see that gives you more currency, depending on your score, and your score depends on your style. One of the moves you probably saw me using was when I would fire off in 2 different directions. That's something you can only do in Gunslinger style. That's what the style button does when you have those weapons equipped. So what the circle button does depends not only on your style, but what weapon you have equipped. But we'll see more weapons later, and I'll show off what they do. And now if I have enough, which I should have enough, I'll get Stinger. There's a reason this move is so cheap. You want to get it right away. Because it's great for closing distance. And not all levels are as close as that first level. That move was Stinger, where I leapt forward like that. And that's why you want it, because enemies will be pretty far away from you pretty easily. There's also kind of a crowd firing move you can do with the style button. That's sort of what it does anyway. It doesn't pick a target so much as it kind of scatters the target anyway. And it also knocks enemies back if they're light. This guy is kind of a jerk, not gonna lie. He's not that bad. This game presents him as a boss, and he is kind of hard to new players at least. Oops, I'm getting hit. But he's not really a boss, he's a mini boss. But hey, I mean, we're playing this on easy, so it is embarrassing for everyone. It's embarrassing to fight him again after you haven't played the game in a while. I can't believe I got hit as many times as I did. Oh yeah, that enemy is actually called a Hell Vanguard. They end up becoming kind of a normal enemy later, but by then you have more health and you kind of know how to fight them. A lot more moves and weapons. It really shows how far you've come. Oh wow, that ranking was all over the place. Huh. I've heard people speculate anyway, if not outright. I don't know if it was ever actually said, but it seems like Hideki Kamiya and maybe some of the developers who worked on this game and other games like it, the same people anyway. It seems like they're huge fans of Mega Man. From the way you get weapons when you beat bosses, to just the fact that they're blue and red. Dante and Virgil. It just seems like there's a lot of references to Mega Man. Subtle, but still there. I don't blame him. Mega Man is good games. Now these burning, I forget what they're called, but these burning enemies here make a 3 there. That's actually pretty interesting. Every stage does that. I don't notice them most of the time, but every stage has something. I don't know what they all are though. Actually, I think I'm gonna keep that one on Gunslinger, and I'm going to get... No, I can't afford anything. Alright. I can afford that. Don't really need it, but I'll go ahead and get it. I just upgraded my pistols so they do more damage. For some reason, if you go back this way, there's a fight. I don't know why, but there is. I mean, I guess that's true pretty much how this game is. Enemies just spawn in those areas again. But if you just wanted to go back and fight these guys again in this stage, you can. Oh wow. Didn't realize what that guy was. Oh, that reminds me of another move. Oh, darn it. You can actually jump on those guys. I actually jumped off by accident. But there's a little bit more you can do than that. I'll show it off later. You don't have to buy head splitter or helm splitter in this game. I think you do have to buy something like that in 4, but you don't have to buy it in this game. You just have it. Oh boy. Yeah, you really want to shoot those guys with the big whatever those things are on their backs, because they explode on you, and those guys are impervious to melee attacks. So you gotta shoot them. When you shoot them, they explode. So. Alright, see you, Spencer. Oh, hey Will. How's it going? You ever played this game, Will? I'm fine. It's pretty awesome, man. I'm playing it on easy automatic though, so shouldn't be too bad. Might go with our kind of chill atmosphere we got going. Oh yeah, I just got the shotgun. I should show that off. The shotgun is pretty much what you would expect, but since I have Gunslinger equipped, it has another move you can do. called Firecracker. Fires off in all different directions. Oh no, I got knocked off the pole. That is... here's the move I was... Oh, nope. He got up. There's the move I was trying to do. Oh, except I had the shotgun equipped. Darn it! You can ride around on him, and then you can spin around and shoot in all different directions. Here it is. Well, yeah, this is just a nightclub, and it has demons in it. They're demons. Dante himself is a half demon, so I don't. The story is a little weird. I'm recording the stream. I'll probably upload the video. Yeah, it's a very niche nightclub. It's If you ever played Hitman Blood Money, it's like the Heaven or Hell nightclub at the end of that. There's blue orb fragments. They're like heart pieces in the Zelda games. You get 4 of them, and that unlocks a little bit more health. There we go. I'm not gonna break that dumpster just yet because I know it has a green orb in it for health, so. Yep. This is a challenge room. I don't know if I gave you enough time to read it, but it said to defeat all enemies in the time limit. It's actually really difficult on higher difficulties, but I shouldn't have too much of a problem with it here. I say as I get attacked from all directions. Oh, okay. I made it in plenty of time. You want to do all those if you can, because you get blue orb fragments. Yeah, I know. I should use the stripper pole more. It's pretty fun. There's something really funny you can do later, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't think I'll get that far here. Oh no, demon strippers. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm gonna switch over to Sword Master because there's a boss coming up. And I can't afford anything. So, I'm just gonna hold off for now. Yeah, Dante qualifies. I mean, he's got no shirt on right now. So that's close enough, right? I like how they roared loud enough that a chunk of ice flew up at Dante, and he had to defend himself by slicing the ice in half with his enormous sword. You could say he's well equipped, yeah. Oh, I don't have the move that I was trying to use because I switched to Swordmaster style. Okay. The reason I switched to Swordmaster style is because of Aerial Rave, which is a move that allows you to attack in the air without going straight back down. It allows you to defy gravity. Well, it's, playing a harp isn't exactly what Dante does. I say that, but he plays a guitar later. Close enough, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't put Cerberus to sleep. I wish. When he turns red, he attacks way faster. He has a lot more defense, and he also... I can't remember. There's another thing I was gonna say. But, yeah, he gets to there, I think, when you get him down to half health, or something like that. I don't know. There's a move I think I was trying to get him to do, but he didn't do it. I'm not sure I'll get him there now. Oh no, did he get me with that? I'm not sure. I guess it doesn't matter, because I'm not that low in health. Oh man. I say that now, but... You can chop off his head once you do enough damage to one of the heads. You can also do one more thing, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to do it. Where you can, if you hit his foot enough, he'll fall over. And then you can just wail on him for a while. Oh man. There we go. No, he never grows new heads. He does do another interesting thing, though, you're about to see. He becomes the most amazing weapon. Ice triple nunchucks. It has 3. Yeah. Don't ask me. You can go ahead and start using it right away too. Just go straight to your inventory. One of the things that people really like about the Devil May Cry games is that you can just seamlessly switch weapons. And so you can build your own combos by just doing a combo from one weapon and then switching to a combo with another one. And each weapon has several combos you can use that depend entirely on your the timing of when you press the button. But yes, this game is so extreme in so many ways, and you're about to see even more extreme, silly stuff this game gets to. One of my favorite things in the game is just about to happen. And we're missile surfing. Yep. I think it was before Twin Snakes. So, I would guess Twin Snakes stole from this. I actually didn't do that well. Alright. Oh well. No worries. Since I beat Cerberus, I'm gonna save. Enemy handicap isn't even in this game, Jonathan. But there is a penalty for dying, so. I didn't get that penalty because I didn't die. But it's not, I mean, it's not that much of an accomplishment because it's easy mode, but it's still pretty cool. I'm still a little proud. Not gonna lie, he's a hard boss. Oh, penalty for dying. Oh, Twin Snakes did it first? Oh, okay. So this game just took that concept from Twin Snakes and cranked it up to 11. Okay, I am really gonna need Stinger level 2 because I'm so used to it. Well, Kojima didn't direct the Twin Snakes. That was actually somebody else who makes really crazy action movies. I don't remember his name, though. I don't know. I don't know what Kojima thinks of anymore, to be honest with you. Oops. Swords and Teeth. Oh, which one was that in? Oh yeah, that's right. He did. He wanted Raiden to be really extreme for sure. Oh, I completely forgot to switch from Swordmaster style. I almost feel like Raiden is the answer to this character, Dante. Because he's got the silver hair and he's really awesome with a sword. Then again, you could also say he's an answer to Zero in Mega Man. Oh no. Well, they got me. That's alright though. Still got this. There we go, that was a pretty good move.
We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness, gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. Even now, my voice is
Well, yeah, dope is the lowest ranking for style. It builds up over time. Yeah, it's dope, yo. But yeah, it gets higher as you get, I mean, it goes from D to C, to B to A, to S to triple S, or to double S, and then to triple S. And I think triple S is super sweet, stylish, or something like that. I had completely forgotten about this. Wow. This crystal here. I had totally forgotten it was here. No, it's super sick, stylish, I think. I don't know. Probably not going to get it very easily on here just because enemies die too fast. But you also gain a lot of style faster, so... You move smoothly. I haven't played that game, or at least I haven't played it in a long time. Aha! Finally got a blue orb. So now I've got a little bit more health. Just a little bit, not much. Oh yeah! DDR. I played a lot of DDR. And that I heard quite a bit. I was almost dazzled. Ah. Oh, only one way to go. Oh yeah, if you stand next to those doors, they hurt you. They're very mean. I'm so used to gunslinger style. Having some trouble with that, Are you talking about the Disney DDR or the or DDR Max? Yeah. Mario Mix. Oh, I wasn't quick enough. But when that guy, this is another mini boss. Like this game likes to make you feel good by giving you these bosses that are pretty easy, but they're really not that much of, like, they make you feel like it's not that much of an accomplishment with some of the bosses later. But this boss is pretty easy, I say, as I get pummeled. And partially it's because his weakness is ice, and you just got an ice weapon. And when he gets electricity and going through his body, then he's about to flip over, and which is really weird, but he's about to flip over, so it's telling you to get off. Is he still in the wall? What's going on here? Ah, he was. But he was coming out another way. Man, that eel was scary in Super Mario 64. Actually having a little more trouble than usual, but should be fine. Oh no, I didn't even know he could do that attack. I've never been on the ground when he's up there. Really punishes you for not being on the ball trying to get him. Do enough damage to him fast enough and he starts going faster. Apparently each one of the segments he dropped left behind a red orb. And we're about to meet a really interesting character. Well, Zelda bosses leave hard containers. He just left health to refill what we already had. It's not exactly Santa Claus. This is unfortunately not The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. He probably does know when you're sleeping. So I just want to point this out. He's talking about the power generator, which is that object right behind him. I kind of wish I had the sound on for that cutscene. But yeah, that whole elaborate setup. He is a very skilled dancer, and we're about to see more of that too. For the special edition, he's well, we'll get to that. But but the thing is that that whole elaborate setup seems like it was designed to tell you that those power generators, you're supposed to slash those power generators, right? Well, fun fact, that was the only one in the entire game. No, yeah, that there are no other power generators in the game. It's a it's those are the checkpoints. When you die and when you if you have continues, well, which I do because I'm playing gold. If you die, that's where you start out. Especially if you're in a boss fight. In particular, if you're in a boss fight, that's where you start out. They are also what you are sacrificing demon blood to in order to earn your skills. As for why it's a statue of a big-breasted lion person, I would guess that's like I don't know, a demon god or something that you're getting these from. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I didn't notice the mission number. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Ah, I saw he was about to swoop in, and it didn't happen. Didn't see it quite. Didn't dodge quite at the right time. Almost. Oh well. Ah, here it is. These things are new. These things weren't in the original game. They're a special thing where you can fight a new mini-boss that they added to this game. That is the Jester that we just talked to. He's a really odd, really strange mini-boss. I'm guessing they were originally going to have him in the game, but they just ran out of time or something. Oh, ow. Because it does seem like you should fight him at some point. But you don't in the normal game. Well, this isn't the Joker, it's the Jester, okay? Unfortunately, he was not voiced by Mark Hamill, although, although I do kind of like the guy's voice, I'm not gonna lie. I think he did a pretty good job. He's definitely creepy and definitely very fun-loving, and it's actually pretty good. Yes, he did just spank himself. He said something. Yeah, that's what he does. Actually, that has to do with a line he says later. But yeah, yeah, he did. It is normal behavior for Jester, at least. Okay. What did I get? I don't remember. I got an item. You can always check if you get a little confused. I got the astronomical board. It's said to be powered by time. Pepsi Next and gummy bears will do it, I guess. I have no idea what time manipulation had to do with making those walls slide, but hey, if the astronomical board does it, it opened the passage to the second floor. That's great. Thanks. Oh, it's down below me, I see. It's gotten to the point where I just know exactly where to go. I forgot to read that description entirely. I'm sure it would have been better to show it on screen so you could kind of see the process for what I was doing. But it's honestly not the best part of the game. This game is all about the fighting for me. That's what I like. It has very Resident Evil style. It has very Resident Evil style puzzles, which actually is something I probably should talk about. Yeah, none of the puzzles really make that much sense. But there is kind of a description here before you have the item of a three holes there and stuff like that. Well, the thing about the Soul of Steel is the thing you looked at earlier that said you have to steal thy soul in order to proceed. Yeah. Yeah. It also says its possessor need not fear hell nor oblivion. It kind of makes sense for what you have to do with it. Oh, I should show off another move you can do in this. I like that move. It is fun. Oh yeah, and there's still another gunslinger move I haven't shown off. Since he's on the ground, I would show it if Dante would do it, but he was facing the wrong way. Let me get rid of this guy first. Ah, he died too fast. Yeah, I probably should have warned about like mature content or something, but none of the people I invited would care, I don't think. Except that you apparently care about the stripper pole with the demon stripper pole. There we go. Yeah, demons have needs too. Why are you judging? Okay, so this thing here tells you, "Steal thy soul. The future knows no bounds for those who deftly march forth to meet it." Well, I gotta steal soul, so now I can walk here. Okay, automatic is actually kind of screwing me over here. Because it is doing that same move over and over for some reason. I don't understand why. Also, the steel soul went in there. I put it in that door, and it opened in the ground. All right is better than dope, yeah. Something is kind of weirding me out here. I guess that perspective is just very strange. Oh well. But yeah, there's a secret, there's a hidden, or that's not really that hidden, but it's a secret room right here. Secret mission. This one's kind of hard though. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. With the style that I'm using, it might be kind of difficult. Nope, got hit. Just barely. I'll try it again. Why not? Whenever you fail, you can just try again, man. Oh. Okay, I really am getting low in health. I better stop that. This is... Ah, there we go. Ah, oh, dang it. I like taunting whenever I beat a bunch of enemies at once or whatever. Or just anytime I can, really. It's fun. It also increases your style meter more to taunt. And the higher your ranking is, yeah, I made it to triple S. The higher your style rating is at the time, the faster the taunt is. I'm pretty sure. And and it gives you quite a bit. But yeah, this is that statue. You can go here and you can get upgrades and all kinds of stuff. Apparently talking to it gives you full health. I didn't even realize that. I don't really have enough red orbs to buy anything, but I might switch to Swordmaster style for these bosses. It apparently brought me to full health. think it does. I just didn't. I just had forgotten. It's been a while since I played this seriously and like, you know, tried to do really well at it. So how's your mind doing, William? There we go. If you parry these guys, which you do by just attacking when they attack, then you actually, you'll make them drop their weapon. You have to time it pretty well, though. It's kind of hard. They're wind and fire themed. Yeah, and Cerberus is good against a fire dude because he's ice, so. And you really want these guys to die around the same time, because they'll do a very special thing that I'll try to show off, but no promises, because I really want them to be very low in health when they do the thing. Actually, I'll try to kill the blue guy, because it'll be a lot easier taking out the red guy. There we go. So now he's about to do that thing, I think. Now he's using a sword in each hand, and he's got wind and fire. And now he attacks very, very fast. Oh, and he has these sweeping attacks. But since I've got Cerberus, I can, oh man, I don't know how to fight him when he's like this. But, since I got Cerberus, he's weak to my attacks. Yes! There we go. That wasn't very chill, but you know, got the job done. That was really close. I mean, maybe there's something you can do in Trickster style or Royal Guard style, but it just seems like the only way to fight him is just to know exactly the right time to do a dodge roll, and only because of invincibility frames. His attacks are just so big and so fast. They did a lot of damage too. But I got a new weapon now, but it's not equipped. It's not just thrown straight in my inventory. Even though I just picked them up and swung them around, gotta go and equip them first. Which, hey, I mean, I might as well do that right now. There's no obligation. There's no reason for me to go fast. I mean, unless I want a higher ranking, but I don't really care about that. So I'm gonna change out Cerberus with Agni and Rudra. I think I'm gonna want them in the next level anyway. The Agni and Rudra are fire and wind themed. And they're very fast. And very big attacks. A lot of the moves that he was using are actually pretty much the moves that you use with the weapon. Pretty close. You missed a little bit. You missed a pretty good kind of kata that Dante did with Agni and Rudra. I'm gonna switch to Swordmaster style so that I can kind of show off Agni and Rudra. But you got that attack and a kind of awesome looking aerial rave for Swordmaster style. It has a move a lot like Stinger. It has a couple of combos, but anyway, that's enough for that, I guess. I really like these weapons, and I use them pretty often, but not as much as another weapon that I'll get later. The number of bullet holes that go through the screen at the end depend on what your ranking is. I don't know exactly in what way, but I think there are more of them the higher your ranking or something. I'm gonna save since I beat Agni and Rudra in one take. I like this character. If only because she's even flashier than Dante. She gets really boring in 4 though. I didn't even realize it was her because she wasn't doing anything really awesome. This music is perfect for what's going on. Yeah, that wasn't her. That turned out to be Trish, actually. It wasn't very clear on that, but that lady was actually Trish in disguise. I don't know how she changed her skin color so completely, but whatever. I guess she's a demon hunter. She can do anything. Demon blood. I am gonna need whirlwind, huh? Yeah, probably gonna need that. Whirlwind knocks enemies up in the air. And it's only for Agni and Rudra, so... And knocking enemies up in the air is pretty nice. And really getting any new moves is. But I don't really remember what this level is. I think I'd rather go with Gunslinger, because I'm just more comfortable with it. Oh yeah, I should probably power up some of my guns. Oh no, I don't have enough. Okay, never mind then. shoved the demon's blood in the lion's mouth. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Oh boy. So it just gives you the answer here. I didn't even realize that. Oh no, that has more information. I don't think that normally says all that on normal. I think it's only on easy it says all that. Could be wrong. Actually, no. I think it says exactly that, come to think of it. So you have to use your experience from a crawling infant on 4 legs. Yeah. Oh, here's what happens if you get it wrong. You have a fight. Against pretty easy enemies in this difficulty. Actually, I don't think it's ever really that difficult. Enemies, they can give you some difficulty if you fight them enough. Yeah, you didn't solve the puzzle correctly. Here's some stuff you actually like to do in the game. But I guess if that's all you want, you just play the tower, or whatever it's called. Yeah, you start out on 4 legs, and then you grow up and you walk around on 2 legs, and then you get a cane and you walk around on 3. Although the head is lit up for some reason, whatever. Okay, I guess that's all it does then. Passing 1 trial still shows lacking. Passing 2 trials expands horizons. All trials unlocks true potential. Well, we'll get to the meaning of that later. I forgot to actually read that. I just showed it. I didn't read it. I don't know what it says because I hardly ever read it. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's actually a little hard to see this sometimes, but I'm not having too much trouble, I guess. It's not that mean. Once you get up here, it just stops. So you won't get caught in it. Oh, wow. That actually got me. These guys don't hardly ever get me. Oh yeah, something I forgot to explain about these birds. If you use your sword on them instead of your guns, they just split. You have to fight more of them. I think if you do that enough, they still die. But it's just way more annoying than if you just make them stone and then beat them. And you make them stone by shooting them. You have to light all the crests. Oh man, this one's kind of annoying actually. It's kind of fun, but kind of annoying. It's those things you have to light. And enemies are completely invulnerable and also devil triggered. which is something that normally isn't a thing in this mode, in this difficulty. Yeah, both of these beacons have to be lit in order to be able to even damage enemies at all. But you can swing around on this thing, so that's fun. Up. There we go. Yeah, you can just kick those things around whenever. Yeah, I never was able to show off that move, but you're able to kick those things. So. That was flashy. I like that I was able to do that. Whoa, how did I kill that thing? It was supposed to be invincible. I guess easy mode does it differently somehow. Oh, that's that's cool. How far are you in 4? No, it didn't heal me up to full. That's interesting. It did in the previous thing. Huh. Oh yeah, the castle. Oh yeah. Fun fact about this thing, it actually, you only need 2. Once you have 2, that gun at the top will fire. It'll open up the way. The music was just timed perfectly. But yeah, it'll open up the way. And then, if you put in a 3rd one, that gun actually lowers itself so you can pick it up. It is probably my least favorite weapon in the game. I'll try to show it off, but I don't like it. It's not that it isn't good. It's just not fun to use. Not to me anyway. I think some people like it, but yeah, I'm gonna show it off. That's why I went. Well, it's not really that much trouble, and it honestly is kind of fun doing those challenges. The plot twist. I like how she fired at him, but then, like, 3 seconds later, realizes he's gone. What did he just walk away, and then she just completely stopped paying attention? There's still more really, really cool weapons that you get. It just kind of has one that I find kind of lame, but I think other people really like. That's that we got just now. Dante. He spits out the bullet. The bloodstain made the 7 there. The game seems crazy enough, huh? I don't think I need anything powered up right now. I want to get something else later. I don't remember what this mission consists of, but I think I'm gonna want to keep what I have. Yeah? I want a screenshot of that. Oh. Is that this mission? I thought that was, no, that's not for a while. The whale. Yeah, the whale. I should talk about the whale. The whale, you'll see more of later. I really don't want to say anything, because it's so crazy. Ah. You know, I'm not going to do the secret mission. I'm going to try it once, but I'm not going to do the secret mission. It's just too much trouble. This secret mission teaches you about a move you can do where you can jump on enemies' heads. But I can't do it. Like, it's hard enough to do that, but you have to combine it with, like, shooting in the air. And it's very difficult, especially since they die so fast on easy. I don't think this is the mode to do it in. I think... Oh, you can't just leave. I'm not sure how to quit this secret mission, actually, without dying. I think I'm just gonna restart the mission. But yeah, I am not Super Mario Dante. I don't wanna do that. That's just too much work. And it doesn't go with my relaxed concept. I'm honestly not sure what is going on with the jumping in this game. If it automatically detects surfaces and has you land on them, or what. Because it doesn't feel like you have control over it. It's very strange. Oh, I forgot to equip Artemis. Well, guess I won't be showing that off right now. Well, darn. Ah. Yeah, I actually did that by accident. I mean, I did that totally intentionally. There was a library down here I wanted to see. I also actually had to go all the way down here, but I didn't mean to go down quite that fast. It's okay though. I can just use these Sonic style springboards and just jump all the way up. I keep expecting there to be something there, but there's not. That door was where I came from, I'm pretty sure. Ah, holy water. I don't know if I'm gonna show off that or not. I might. I probably shouldn't have any aversion to using items, since I'm trying to be really chill about this. Ah, here we go. What did you learn today? Oh yeah? Never heard of him. Oh, darn. Barely missed that. Dog-headed men and people with no heads but faces on their chest. That's pretty great. That is really cool stuff. He is the doctor. I like that. Sounds about right. There we go. The lands beyond. Oh, we're about to get to the part where I did something really crazy the last time I played this. Jonathan was there for that. I don't think I'll be able to pull it off, but if I can, it will be amazing. Oh yeah, it does sound... yeah, makes sense. Makes sense to me. The thing that I want to do has to do with this pole right here. It's a very crazy trick you can do with that pole. It's gonna be obscenely hard to pull off though. Oh, wow, I didn't notice the gameplay. It's gonna be especially hard if I am like asleep the whole time. You can make any pole a stripper pole. Ah,